I was recently approved for a $50,000 line of credit. So a couple days ago, I got approved for a business line of credit with On Deck. Now, On Deck is an alternative lender. So they have a line of credit as well as term loans. So the lines of credit go anywhere from 6,000 all the way up to 100,000 with a 12-month repayment term, and it resets after each withdrawal. And then they also have term loans, 5K all the way up to 250,000 with repayment terms out to 24 months. You have to have at least a 600 FICO score. So they're going to be soft pulling all three of the major credit reporting agencies. And you also need to be in business a minimum of 1 year. And then the requirement in terms of annual gross revenue is $100,000. And you're also going to need to have a business checking account. Now, one other thing I will say is that during the application process, they also have you plug into your banking activity through Plaid, and you also will have to plug in through your accounting software. So that's why I'm always encouraging you guys to get set up with QuickBooks, because a lot of alternative lenders, because they're able to give you a fast decision, they're plugging directly into that data. They're able to analyze and underwrite that data very quickly. So if you want to get fast access through some of these alternative lenders, you definitely want to make sure you have a business checking account as well as an accounting software that they can plug into and pull all your information in. All right, so here I'm logged into my On Deck account, and I was recently approved for a $50,000 line of credit. Now, in order to utilize this, all you have to do is click this draw funds button. And then on this page, it allows you to draw the funds directly from the On Deck line of credit to your checking account. So it takes about 1 business day for the funds to hit your account. And then at that point, that's when the interest starts to kick in. Now, the minimum draw amount is $1,000, and it's limited to only 1 draw per day. And once you repay this, the line of credit replenishes itself. So it is a revolving line of credit. Now, on this page, they show you the line of credit amount and how much you have available and your transaction history. Now, as you can see, I don't have any transaction history because I have yet to actually utilize the line of credit. And so, again, the line of credit, I would say, is very advantageous versus, let's say, a term loan, because if you don't know exactly how you plan to use it, then you don't have to incur interest, versus a loan. When you take out a loan, you're going to be paying interest immediately. Now, the trade-off is that a loan is going to have a lower interest rate in APR than a line of credit. So depends on the flexibility. If you have an immediate use of funds, then you might be better off with applying for the loan. And one other thing I will say is that the loan amounts typically are going to be higher. So during the application process, I was actually offered a $50,000 line of credit as well as an $85,000 term loan. So I decided to only accept the $50,000 line of credit. Now, one thing I will say about the entire application process is that I actually did submit a lot more documentation than what they described on their website. So when you go through the application process, you do plug into Plaid, so they get your real-time banking activity, but you also have to upload the last 3 months of your business bank statements. And on top of that, you also do plug into your accounting software. So I also had to plug into QuickBooks. Now, when I went through the process, they actually combed through a lot of the individual transactions within my business bank account. So they were really drilling into like specific questions, and they actually went as far back as a year, just like asking me questions about certain transactions, certain transfers. So although the application says, 3 months of bank statements, the underwriters can use their own discretion and, question you on any little detail within your business. Now, I actually almost got denied for this line of credit because the underwriters were questioning why I actually needed the line of credit, because obviously they could look into your credit and see all the different lines of credit cards that I already have, as well as see the amount of money in my checking account. So they actually were asking me why I actually needed the line of credit. But, I just explained, hey, I just want to have this just in case I plan on using it and keep my cash reserves just as an emergency, but use the bank's money. So I explained that. And then they were also questioning me about the difference between my revenue and expenses. So as a consulting business, having a YouTube social media business, overhead is very low, right? I just have equipment, subscriptions in relation to the amount of money that comes in every month. So they were basically saying that that doesn't look like a typical business that earns that amount of revenue per month, usually has much higher expenses. So they were drilling me on that. They did infer based off of, other data points that they seen that it looked a little suspicious why there weren't as many expenses in relation to the amount of revenue coming in. In addition, the underwriter also requested that I provide a 2020 tax return. Now, this wasn't part of the application process. This was just additional information that the underwriter requested at their own discretion. So that's just one thing I would caution just going through this process, that they may require more documentation than what the original application is actually requiring. Because again, the original application just asks for the last 3 months of bank statements, but the underwriter also requested for 2020 tax returns, right? So it's 2022, right? So I also provided 12 months of bank statements for 2021, 2020 tax returns, and I also provided the last 4 months bank statements of 2020. So it was a lot more documentation than they actually stated in the application. And I was actually pretty surprised that, I had to provide so much documentation. I did get approved for a $50,000 line of credit, but just based off my data points, amount of revenue, as well as credit. So I assume, there would be no issues, but it was interesting that they actually wanted to see a lot more information. That actually caught me off guard. But again, I probably won't even use this line of credit. A lot of what we do on this channel is just for research, just so that you can understand the process, what data points they're actually looking for. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know your comments and questions in the comment section down below. And until next time, take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.